Before Olympus has a throne, the universe belongs to a father who is terrified of his children. Cronus rules from a high darkness, gripping the cosmos like it might betray him. Beneath his crown lives one question: can any child escape a king who eats the future? He knows the shape of prophecy because his own hands carved it into the world. Once, Cronus rose against Uranus, his father, and tore the old sky from power. Now, Uranus and Gaia speak a colder sentence over him: one child will overthrow him. So Cronus listens to every newborn cry as if it is thunder approaching from far away. Rhea bears Hestia first, and the palace should fill with warmth and sacred fire. Instead, Cronus takes the infant into shadow, and the mother hears silence where a cradle should breathe. Demeter comes next, a promise of grain, harvest, and green life under the sun. Cronus swallows that promise too, and the earth seems to hold back its spring. Rhea follows, bright-eyed and royal, born for command before she can lift her head. Cronus hides her inside himself, and even the halls of heaven feel smaller. Hades is born into the hands of a mother already shaking with grief. The child of the unseen world vanishes into a darkness deeper than death. Poseidon comes with the force of storm water sleeping in his tiny lungs. Cronus consumes him, and the sea below shudders without knowing why. Rhea remains beside the king, but love has become a chamber full of ghosts. Every birth has ended in the same terrible quiet, and another child now grows within her. This last child is Zeus, and before he sees light, he is already hunted. Rhea goes to Gaia and Uranus, carrying grief like a weight against her heart. The old powers answer from stone, root, and sky, giving her a path through terror. When the hour comes, Rhea slips away from Cronus and crosses the dark sea to Crete. In a hidden cave, amid wet stone and whispering leaves, Zeus draws his first breath. Far away, Cronus waits with open hands, ready to devour the last threat. Rhea wraps a heavy stone in infant cloth and places it before the king. Cronus swallows the bundle without looking closely, and prophecy disappears behind his teeth. But in Crete, the real child lives, cradled by secrecy and guarded by the earth. Zeus grows where no throne can see him, beneath cliffs struck by rain and moonlight. Each year sharpens him, and each storm seems to recognize its hidden master. He learns the silence of caves, the patience of stone, and the anger of buried things. While Cronus reigns above, 5 divine children wait in a prison made from their father. Zeus reaches manhood with one truth burning through him: kingship begins as a debt. He returns to the world of Cronus like thunder returning to a dry sky. The old king sees a stranger before him, but fate sees a son. Cronus is forced to release what he has hidden from the world. First comes the stone, falling out as a hard witness to the lie that saved Zeus. Then Hestia emerges, pale as banked fire, carrying warmth back into the cosmos. Demeter follows, and the sleeping fields of the world seem to breathe again. Hera steps into the light with a queenly gaze sharpened by captivity. Hades comes silent and grave, already familiar with depths no god should know. Poseidon rises last among the freed, and distant waves answer like drums. The siblings stand together before Zeus, not children now, but powers returned from darkness. Yet Cronus is not alone, and the old order gathers around him with ancient fury. The Titans rise beside their king, vast figures of memory, law, and elder strength. Against them stand Zeus and the younger gods, untested, outnumbered, and burning with revenge. The war begins, and the world discovers that divine families break louder than mountains. For 10 full years, sky and earth become a battlefield without mourning or rest. The Titans strike from high ridges, their shadows stretching across valleys like closing gates. The Olympians answer from storm-lit peaks, hurling brightness into the armored dark. No side yields, and no victory holds long enough to become peace. Rivers change their beds, forests bow flat, and mountains smoke beneath immortal footsteps. Zeus fights at the center, but even his courage cannot end the deadlock. Every thundercloud he summons fades before the deep endurance of the older gods. The question that began in Cronus now passes into Zeus. What must a king become to win? Gaia watches the ruined earth and gives Zeus the counsel buried beneath the war. Far below the roots of mountains, other children of Uranus and Gaia still wait. The Cyclopes remain imprisoned under the earth, Brontes, Steropes, and Arges in chains of darkness. Zeus descends into the deep places where no royal light has ever been welcome. He breaks their bonds, and the underworld rings with the first breath of freed giants. In gratitude, the Cyclopes forge Storm into shape and place the thunderbolt in his hands. Zeus lifts the weapon, and for the first time, lightning has a will. But Gaia's counsel reaches deeper still to a prison beneath all prisons. There the 100-handers crouch in Tartarus, Cottus, Briareus, and Gyges, immense and forgotten. Each has 50 heads and 100 hands, strength multiplied beyond the dreams of kings. Zeus opens their darkness, and the cosmos feels something ancient choose a side. They rise beside him, not beautiful, not gentle, but loyal to the liberator. The final battle comes with a sky so black that daylight seems afraid to enter. Cronus and the Titans gather in their last formation, old power refusing the grave. Zeus climbs the storm front, thunderbolt blazing, his freed siblings arrayed below him. Then he releases the storm, and heaven answers with a voice that shakes creation. Earth groans, sea roars, sky cracks, and Tartarus trembles far beneath the roots of things. The 100-handers hurl stones in endless volleys, a mountain storm given arms. The Titans vanish behind dust, lightning, and the terrible sound of the new age arriving. For one breath, Zeus sees what Cronus feared, a child becoming the end of a father. Then the old king falls from power, and the war finally breaks. The defeated Titans are driven down into Tartarus, beneath earth, sea, and mortal imagination. Bronze gates close around them, and night settles there like a sentence. The 100-handers remain nearby as guardians, their strength turned from rebellion into law. Atlas receives a lonely punishment at the edge of the world before the Hesperides. He lifts the sky upon his shoulders, and every sunset burns above his burden. Zeus places the swallowed stone at Pytho, a mute sign for mortals who remember. Olympus rises clean against the heavens, but its foundations are built from fear, betrayal, and prison doors. Zeus takes the throne, surrounded by the siblings he saved and the powers he freed. The cosmos has a king at last, yet kingship still carries the shadow of prophecy. So can Zeus end the terror he was born to inherit? He can break Cronus, but he cannot erase the warning that made Cronus cruel. The war makes the gods, and it leaves them listening forever for thunder from their own children.